an opportunity to see the Speaker himself and the House has assembled. This should give them inspiration that in a few months coming, these young people should be doctors that we were talking about this morning. These young people very few should be lawyers, and none should be a politician, but most of them should be engineers. Mr. Speaker, I thank you for that opportunity.
Thank you. Honorable Gideon Muriungi, Mwingi Central.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for giving me this opportunity to contribute to this very important bill, the National Disaster Risk Management Bill. Mr. Speaker, there has been a problem in Kenya. Whenever we are faced with a disaster, the coordination of responses is disjointed. And in most cases, we are mainly reactive and not reactive. And therefore, Mr. Speaker, I support that we establish the Intergovernmental Council on Disaster Management and the National Disaster Risk Management Authority at both the levels of government, both at the national government and at the county government. Because in most cases, the county government does not know what the national government is doing, and also the national government does not know what the county government is doing. Mr. Speaker, there has been in the past many disasters witnessed in Kenya. And some of them, they just happen and nothing happens in terms of responses. If I give an example, Mr. Speaker, when we were attacked by terrorists at the Westgate Mall, Mr. Speaker, there was a lot of hues and cries all over, and the coordination was not well done. And therefore, if there is a standing authority, a standing committee that is prepared and on a day-to-day basis deals with the disaster and nothing else, in my view, I think the country will be moving in the right direction. Mr. Speaker, as we gather here in this house, the gate of Parliament is closed by mandates because of a problem that has arisen. And Mr. Speaker, I consider this one as a disaster because many Kenyans are dying in hospitals because of lack of doctors. And an authority like this one, which prepares for such kind of cases, will come in handy to deal with cases of disasters, because what is happening in our hospitals now is a disaster. Mr. Speaker, the other day we witnessed El Nino rains all over Kenya, and many roads were destroyed, and there has been no intervention at all in terms of repairing most of those roads. Some of them are trunk roads, some of them are feeder roads. And in a situation whereby we have this kind of an authority and an apex coordination committee, it will deal with disconnected roads all over the country whenever those kind of emergencies happens. Mr. Speaker, also we are witnessing a lot of increased level of road carnage. And Mr. Speaker, a situation like this one can be addressed by an authority like this one, which deals with the emergencies of road carnage. Mr. Speaker, we have also in the past witnessed increased high cost of living, farming in the northern frontiers and also in the counties in Ukambani, where relief food is being distributed all over the counties. And Mr. Speaker, an authority like this one will prepare itself to deal with such kind of emergencies. And therefore, Mr. Speaker, where I come from, I want to support this on behalf of the people of Mwingi, that we establish this disaster risk management committee and authority so that it can deal with disasters in Kenya. With those few remarks, Mr. Speaker, I support. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Robert Basiru.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I rise to support this bill on very many reasons. We need to acknowledge that disasters such as floods, famine, fire, and diseases disrupt functioning of community, more so increase vulnerabilities. Mr. Speaker, one of the key reasons why I support this bill is because disasters strike without any particular warning, and it is important to caution our people from loss of life and properties. Number two, Mr. Speaker, we need to equip our people with the right skills and training, and having a fund to support training and capacity building is very essential, and is one of the reasons why I support this particular bill. Number three, Mr. Speaker, we need to ensure our people recover better. We call it building back better, and this can only be facilitated when we have a fund that can be able to support such an initiative. Number four, Mr. Speaker, a proper response to disaster issues or the destruction caused by disasters is important. And this particular fund will support response to disasters, and that is why, Mr. Speaker, I add my voice to support the bill. Number five, Mr. Speaker, we need to understand that although disaster management is a shared responsibility between the county government and the national government, the issues to do with the capacity of county government to manage disaster, more so the fund for disaster response, is questionable. And that's why, as a house, when we are going to be making an amendment to this bill, we need to agree where to sit this particular fund, so that at least we bestow or we place the fund to an authority or a government with the right capacity, and no doubt that is the national government that will be able to manage the fund and make sure it is properly utilized. So, Mr. Speaker, now I can see Madam Speaker, I do say that with the due consideration, and having looked to the important function this particular fund is going to play, I fully support the bill, and I do applaud